Sunday night football on pregame.tv, the battle between the Chargers and the Saints. New Orleans currently a 3.5-point favorite. They opened up laying 3, and Marco Houdet has reverted to the Aints over the first 4 weeks of the season. All the off-field problems, the horrible start, the terrible play by the defense, yet this New Orleans team is getting about 3 out of every 5 tickets written on them, according to Sportsbook Spy.
That'd be about 60%.
You got it, man.
All right. Normally, Scott, you look at a team that's sitting at 0-4 for the NFL season, they're an automatic auto fade for me. But this is a team, like you said, with all of the turmoil, and this is a Sunday night national spotlight game. If they're ever going to bring their best effort, their best effort, it might not be good enough the way they're playing, but if they're ever going to bring their best effort, you're going to see it tonight. And they do catch San Diego in a bad spot. San Diego's playing on the road for the second week in a row, coming off a division game. We all know that the division games are more important, and this is a road game against a non-conference game. So when you line up your schedule at the beginning of the year, those are the least important, but given this is a national spotlight game, San Diego definitely is going to come to play. Drew Brees has a milestone he's going for on Sunday night, so the crowd's going to be, excited about that. He can break Johnny Unitas' record with 1 touchdown pass on Sunday, record sitting at 47 straight games. And for Drew Brees, could you have scripted it any better to beat the record, Johnny Unitas' record, against the team that said, you know what, we think you're done. Go ahead, we don't need you anymore. So you got motivation all over the place. These players don't want to be embarrassed on national TV.
Absolutely. Brian, the Chargers, they win the game 37-20 over the Chiefs last week, but this is one of those deals where if you just look at the final score, hey, San Diego beat them up pretty good. You dig into just the box score. Don't even look at the drive charts. Just dig into the box score, and you're going to see that San Diego was outgained in that game by Kansas City, but the Chiefs turned it over 6 times, and of course, you're not going to turn it over 6 times in major college football or the NFL and win too many ball games. But again, are you buying the San Diego 3-1 start? Their only real step-up game, they got demolished by the Atlanta Falcons. It was over before it started, and you're talking about Norv Turner being dead even 20-20 through 40 September-October football games as coach of the San Diego team. Is it time to sell, or is it time to buy, continue to buy with the Chargers?
Yeah, it's a bad situation. You talked about last week playing a divisional rival. I believe next Monday they play Denver, Monday Night Football.
Exactly.
Right.
And now they have to travel all the way across the country. And I do have concerns about the San Diego offense. In 3 of their 4 games, they failed to reach 300 total yards of offense. And you talked about the Saints being 0-4. Traditionally, you wanted to bet on teams that were 0-4 or worse as the season went on because the public gave up on them, and there was plenty of value. My question is, most teams that are 0-4 are bad football teams. How do you treat New Orleans?
Well, that's the thing. It's a great question because their offense is still good. Drew Brees is on his way. Right now, he's projected to throw 40 touchdown passes on the season. So it's not like this team is getting beat up on the offensive side of the football. I know they look pretty sloppy at times, especially in week 1 without having Sean Payton call the shots. That's the thing that I think is interesting because when you watch New Orleans football games, everybody's talking about, boy, they miss Sean Payton's play calling. And yeah, they do to a certain extent, but it's the defense, Marco, that's just given up point after point, yard after yard, more than it is Drew Brees and his passing offense.
Right. The offense for New Orleans on nearly 500 yards last week against Green Bay. And granted, Green Bay doesn't have the best defense, but Green Bay still, you go to Lambeau Field and you play them toe-to-toe. And Green Bay, if there was ever a team that was going to be highly motivated last week after getting robbed on Monday Night Football, was going to be the Packers. You hit it on the nail on the head about San Diego and their offense. 3 of the 4 games under 300 yards. 3 of the 4, their 3 wins this year. None of those teams have a winning record. So, the only team that, like you said, the step-up game, they got demolished. I like New Orleans here. This is just a situation for them playing. Their backs are against the wall. We know an 0-4 team's not going to make the playoffs, especially with this defense. But again, playing a game on national TV, everybody knows what happened in the offseason. You don't want to be embarrassed. These guys are going to come to play. I just don't like the Chargers second week on the road.
And you know what I like about this? And we're going to get your best bet in a moment, and I'm guessing it's going to be on New Orleans, since you said you're on them, right? Or free pick, I should say, not a best bet. But I was going to ask you this about this game real quickly. When you look at what San Diego has done, and again, the loss even to Atlanta wasn't quite as bad as it looked. There were some turnover issues involved in that one also. But at this point, you're talking about a New Orleans football team. Of course, they're not as motivated as they were coming off the Hurricane Katrina thing a few years ago on a Monday Night Football game. But this is probably the most motivated this team has been. And I think this crowd's going to be crazy. There ain't going to be bags over their heads. I think everybody in the state of Louisiana and on this football team is going to understand that this is the team that can begin the turnaround of the New Orleans Saints season. Let's get your best bet.
Backs against the wall. It's the New Orleans Saints on primetime TV. This team comes to play. They're going to rally around their quarterback. It's a big emotional night for him. Break Johnny Unitas' record. This team has moved the ball against every team they've played this year. San Diego has had a very soft schedule. They're a counterfeit 3-1 in my opinion. I'm going to take the Saints. I'm going to lay the points. I think we're getting line value here because of the 0-4 record. Take the Saints. They win this one 31-23. It's my free pick for Sunday Night Football.
I don't need, well, I'm sorry, you're laying points. I was going to say you don't need the point special, but actually you're going to lay the points, lay the 3.5. Yeah. My final question to you was, I know you're one of those guys who looks like at an 0-4 team and says, okay, 3.5, so the public's maybe thinking, grab those 3.5 points with the winning team, 3-1 over the team that has yet to win a game. When you see that 3.5, that just makes you feel more comfortable that you're on the right side?
Absolutely. I mean, if this would have been 2.5, if they had put it on the other side of the field goal, then I would have been
nervous.
It would have been nervous. But they're telling me, go ahead, bet San Diego. Go ahead. Like I said, the easier it is to make the bet, the harder it is to cash the ticket.
He's Marco D'Angelo. His best bet is the New Orleans Saints. We've got one more to go at pregame.tv. Hey, don't forget, we'll be right back here with Monday Night Football. Stay tuned, pregame.tv.